It was a message that should have brought comfort. Instead, it became the first clue in a carefully constructed lie. Late on a quiet Tuesday evening, a phone buzzed on a kitchen counter. The screen lit up with a new message from a young woman named Emily Carter. "Hey, I'm staying with a friend tonight. I just need some time. Don't worry." To the person receiving it, Emily's sister, the message seemed ordinary. Emily had been under stress lately, and a night away didn't seem unusual. But by the next morning, something about the message began to feel wrong. Emily wasn't answering calls. Her social media had gone silent, and the phone that had sent the message was suddenly unreachable. At first, family members assumed Emily simply wanted space. But when she didn't show up for work the next day, concern quickly grew. Emily had never missed a shift without calling. Soon, a missing person report was filed, and investigators began reviewing the last known communications from her phone. The timeline initially seemed straightforward. Her last confirmed message had been sent late the night before, telling her family she was staying somewhere safe. But as detectives examined the digital evidence more closely, a troubling possibility emerged. The wording didn't quite match Emily's usual texting style. The sentences were more formal than her typical messages. Even the timing raised questions. The text had been sent hours after Emily was last seen alive, which raised a chilling question. If Emily didn't send the message, who did? To understand the case, investigators first had to understand Emily's life. She was 27 years old, described by friends as thoughtful, organized, and quietly ambitious. She worked as a dental assistant and lived in a small apartment not far from her workplace. Her routine was simple: work during the day, evenings spent talking with friends or family. She was especially close with her younger sister Rachel. They spoke almost every day. But in the weeks before her disappearance, Emily had been going through a difficult breakup with her boyfriend, Daniel Harper. Friends said Daniel struggled to accept the end of the relationship and often tried to contact her after they separated. Emily, however, seemed determined to move forward. On the night she disappeared, a neighbor reported seeing Emily leave her apartment around 7:30 p.m. Security cameras at a nearby convenience store later captured her buying a drink and a snack. After that, her movements became unclear. The next known activity from her phone came hours later. The message sent to Rachel at 10:47 p.m. Detectives began analyzing Emily's phone records. Her device had connected to a cell tower near her apartment earlier that evening. But when the text message was sent, the phone was several miles away near a wooded area on the outskirts of town. Emily had no known reason to be there. Meanwhile, detectives interviewed people close to her, including Daniel Harper. He admitted they had argued after the breakup, but claimed he had not seen Emily that night. He said he had been home alone watching television. Without witnesses, his alibi was difficult to verify. As analysts continued reviewing the phone data, they discovered that 2 more messages had been sent from Emily's phone shortly after the first. One went to a co-worker and another to a friend. Both suggested she was safe and simply taking time away. To investigators, the pattern seemed deliberate, almost as if someone wanted to create the illusion that Emily had chosen to disappear. Cell tower data showed the phone moving again shortly after midnight toward a rural highway before suddenly going silent. Days later, analysts made an important discovery. The typing patterns in the messages did not match Emily's usual behavior. Her texts were normally short and quickly written, but these had been typed slowly and carefully. GPS metadata from one message also revealed a more precise location, a small clearing near a gravel road. Detectives searched the area and eventually found Emily's phone hidden beneath brush. Nearby, investigators documented tire impressions in the dirt. When detectives returned to question Daniel Harper, they examined his pickup truck and noticed similarities between his tire tread and the impressions near the clearing. Digital records revealed something else as well. On the night Emily disappeared, Daniel's phone had connected to the same cell tower near her apartment around the time she left home. Hours later, it connected to the tower near the wooded area where her phone was later discovered. The timeline was becoming harder to ignore. The final piece of evidence came from security footage at a nearby gas station. Cameras captured a pickup truck resembling Daniel's driving toward the wooded road just before the messages were sent from Emily's phone. A short time later, the same truck appeared heading back toward town. Investigators now believed they understood what had happened. The messages had not been written by Emily. They had been sent by someone trying to make it seem like she was still alive. According to prosecutors, Daniel confronted Emily the night she disappeared, and the situation escalated. In an attempt to delay suspicion, he used her phone to send messages to her sister, co-workers, and friends, creating the illusion that she had simply gone away for the night. But the digital trail told a different story. Cell tower records, GPS data, typing patterns, and security footage combined to reveal the truth. Eventually, Daniel Harper was arrested and charged. For Emily's family, the realization that the reassuring message had been part of a deception was heartbreaking. Yet it also became the clue that helped investigators uncover what really happened. In the modern world, our devices record far more than simple conversations. They quietly track movement, timing, and behavior. For investigators, those records can become powerful evidence. Even when someone tries to manipulate the story of a crime, technology often preserves the truth. The message sent from Emily's phone was meant to hide what happened that night. Instead, it became the very evidence that exposed it. And in the end, it answered the question that haunted the investigation from the beginning. If Emily didn't send the message, who did? The evidence had spoken, and the truth could no longer be hidden.